back to my channel. My name is Carla Hitzel, and for today's video I am going to show you guys how to get this look using all super inexpensive products, proving that you do not need to spend a lot of money in order to get a very pretty makeup look. So if you guys want to see how to get this look without breaking the bank, then just stick around. Okay guys, so let's get started. First of all, just ignore all the wrinkles on the background. I've done almost all of my face makeup at this point. I just didn't want to make this video extra long. We are just going to focus on the eyes. First thing I'm going to do for the eyes is obviously prime them. I'm going to use this primer. It's actually a face primer, but I'm just going to use it for the eyes, and it's actually oil free, paraben free, so we're just going to put a little bit of this on the eyelids. The next step, now that it's kind of dried, we're going to apply some concealer on the eyelids as well. I am using this concealer by Mary Kay, which is actually pretty inexpensive product as well that is actually really good. Now this is kind of my secret weapon, and it has made a huge difference in my eyeshadows. It just helps blend the colors way more easily. All you're going to do is bake the eyelids, but more like a mini bake, like in a mini bake oven bake, you know, to help seal your primer and the concealer on. All we're gonna do is just take a brush or a sponge and just apply tons and tons of powder onto the eyelid. So now that it's been baking for a couple minutes, we are just going to simply dust it off. A little while ago at Ulta, I bought this kit. This is actually one of the inserts that was in the box, and it's just all different Ulta eyeshadows, and it's just all the ones that they sell individually, but obviously just in like a miniature version in this little container thing. We are just going to be using the Ulta eyeshadows. So I have them all together, but like I said, they sell them individually. I'm only going to be using the Eco Tools brushes. Since I only have two of these, I'm just going to be cleaning them off between colors. So the first color we're going to be using is the color Sunrise, which is this one right here, and it's just like a nude orangey color. Just going to be putting it right over the lid. You just want to put it all over the lid, and you're going to bring it up a bit. Now we are going to take another matte shade. This one right here, it's just a very light brown. It's actually called Camel. You don't want to go in with a super dark color to begin with, so we're just going to start with this one, and then we're just going to build up the color. So you're just going to take this color, blend it. Blending is literally the key to your life. We are going on with the next color, which is again another matte brown, and it's this one right here. This one is actually called Milk Chocolate, and we're going to start at the very corner of the eye and just start putting the color right there. I work the color down and then over. It's super important to remember that you can always apply more color. Taking color off, way harder to do. Now you're gonna take another dark brown. You're gonna take this color right here. It's just a very dark brown. This one is called Mink. You're just gonna start by putting it right in the corner of the eye and depositing as much color as you can right in the corner before moving on to the rest of the crease. So now that I have less color on the brush, I can make my way in. You only want to bring it in to kind of the end of your pupil. Now we're going to take a little bit of the color, and we're just going to start putting it again on the very corner of the eye, and then bring it up. This is the scary part because you don't want it to get too high up. So just make sure that the corner of the eye is super dark. So now the next color we're going to use is still Ulta brand, but it is super pigmented. It is very pigmented, and it can have some fallout if you don't apply it with a base. So just use a primer. I recommend like a shimmery finish primer, like this one I'm going to be using. It's the Champagne Eye Primer by Ulta. Okay, so just take the primer, and the most concentrated should be here in the corner of the eye. Bring it as close to the crease without touching the crease, and also bring it out as much as you can without getting into the dark part of the eye. The shadow we're going to take is this one down here, which is super sparkly very pretty like rose gold color, and it is called Ballet Slipper. We are going to tap that on right before this dries. We want to use a flatter brush, that way we can really get the pigment and just tap on. Tap very gently onto the lid, and it should be super intense in the corner of the eye. Look at this, look how intense this color is, mostly due to the fact that we added a primer. So if you're going to use a sparkly color, use a base, or even if it's just like we did today, just using a primer, and it will really help your pigment stay, also make the color pop. Now we are going to go back in with the Mink color, which was the super dark brown, and we're just going to kind of blend out the edges and blend out the outer corner, especially because that's where the really harsh lines are. So now we are going to go on to eyeliner. Okay, so I will be using this eyeliner, Liquid Liner by L'Oreal. I forget the name, but I will leave it down here, and we're going to give ourselves a nice wing. Now that you've done your wing liner, we can move on to tight lining. I'm going to be using the Rimmel Smoke and Shine eyeliner. So now we are going to move on to the bottom lash line, and what we're going to do is we're going to take that camel color, and then we're just going to apply that to our bottom lashes. You want to use, again, a smaller brush, that way it's easier to apply to the lower lash line. Now we are going to take the color Mink, which was the darkest brown, and we're going to apply it in the corner of the eye, and we're going to bring it in about 3/4 of the way. So by applying this darker color to the bottom lash line, you're going to create that smoky look that we're trying to go after. We are now going to do our brows. For my brows, I'm going to be using the Ulta Brow Expert little mini kit, and this stuff is really good. The color, it works really well for the color of my eyebrows. To fill in the brows, you can use this angular brush, and this one I personally like to use it more if I'm going to outline the brows. But to fill in the brows with powder, I prefer this type of brush, which is really just like a flatter, actually rounded brush. I don't know why, I just like, if it's so much easier for me to line the brows first before I fill them in. I'm going to be using this brow pencil, which is the Ulta Ultra Slim Brow Pencil. If you guys want to see like a more in-depth like tutorial on brows, or my brows I guess, then let me know. So now my brows are done. You can make them as thick as you want, as whatever style fits you, whatever makes you feel pretty. To clean them up, I'm going to be using a concealer pencil. So this is again an Ulta brand, and it's literally just a concealer pencil. And you're just gonna outline the bottom of your eyebrows and the top, and then we're gonna blend that out. To blend all this craziness out, I'm gonna use the same flat brush again. So now that the brows are done, we can highlight the brow bone, and I'm gonna be using a highlighter from Ulta. So just take a small brush, I'm using the same Ulta one, and just put it on the brow bone. To finish off the eyes, we are going to do mascara / eyelashes. So if you're into eyelashes, this would be the perfect time to apply your lashes. I personally don't like to use falsies. I have like my own tricks to create my own falsies. But for this video, we're actually not going to use one of my tricks. We are just going to use the Ulta Mascara Primer. This stuff is super duper good. Like I've been blown away by how good this is. And don't forget your bottom lashes. While this dries, I'm just gonna go and finish up my face. So I wanted to do the face off camera, that way this video wouldn't be that long. So now I am done with all the face makeup, the highlight, the contouring base, everything. So if you guys wanna know what I use for all those products, I'm just gonna leave them listed below in the description box. Now we're gonna go on with mascara. So for the mascara, I'm gonna be using, again, Ulta brand. This one is called the Legendary Length Mascara. This is really good. So we're gonna apply a couple coats of this to the top and bottom lashes. Something I like to do is I will apply mascara to the top of the lash and then lift up. So now for the lips, all I did was use this pencil. It's also Ulta brand. It's in the color Mink, which is just like a dark brown. And then I also used this Ulta lipstick, which is in the color basically berry. And I used both of those to get this lip color. Okay guys, so that is all I did for this look. I hope you guys liked it, and I hope that maybe you guys will recreate it. You don't have to spend a lot of money to get yourself a pretty look. So if you guys like the makeup, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys! Next, 1 egg yolk. Next, you're gonna need half an avocado. You want to make sure that the avocado is also super mashed up. You can even throw it in with the banana in the blender.